Hey guys, Pat here, and today I'm talking about the iPad. Not that iPad, the other iPad, because obviously Apple has multiple iPads that are always going to be called iPad, and there's a lot of confusion around that, but this is the iPad, the middle of the three that I sort of think about, mainly because of size. We've got the iPad Pro, which is there's a 9-inch and there's a 6-inch, or there's a bigger one, 7-inch or whatever it is. Then we've got the iPad, which is a standard one, and then you've got the iPad Mini. Now the iPad Pro, it's in the name, Pro. So it's asking people to pay a lot more money for a lot better spec and build quality. Then we've got the iPad, something that you see basically all the kids running around playing with. Then you've got the iPad Mini for those professionals really looking to save space in their bag. What I'm going to talk to you about today is just that middle ground, that iPad. And I want to talk about it in a few different ways. First of all, build quality, usability, and should you really buy it? Is there a need for an iPad? Is it really that useful for families, kids, teenagers, at work? Alright, so let's get into it. Here I have the iPad, the most generic of them all. There is nothing special about it. In fact, the build quality is kind of lame. I mean, it's large, it's a tablet at the end of the day, it's quite large, but this, it's plastic, it's not glass, so it's not premium, it's not a Pro, and it's not like a nice Mini. I think the Mini does have glass. The cover of it is called a smart cover, but it's just a little bit more magnetic than most. But you know what? It is quite useful to just cover that screen up, and it does sit on well. And you know, I haven't tested this out, but I wonder if I can hold it. There you go. Obviously, if you sort of pull it up, it will actually fall, but you might get away with this if you ever drop it and catch it just by the end of it. The other cool thing about the cover is that it can go into a little triangle and hold up your iPad on a table when you're typing. I mean, if that's what you want to do. Personally, every time I grab this, I chuck this away to the side and just use the iPad like so. Now it's Apple, obviously. The main difference in this and let's say a Samsung Tab 3, I think is really the quality of the software and that touchscreen. I feel like when using the Samsung Tab that I have here at home, I find it very slow, laggy, and unresponsive when using. It does feel dated. Now, while this isn't the highest spec of them all, it actually runs very smoothly, and I have to give props again to Apple for their software. They build software specifically for this iPad. There's no surprises when they load it in, unlike Android, which is always a little bit different, running on different hardwares. And that's the kind of difference you might think about consoles and computers. When you build your own computer, it's always different hardware than the guy next door. But a console is always the same everywhere. When you're making games for consoles, you know what kind of hardware they're going to be running on. So, iPad. I didn't buy this, first of all. I want to mention that. I would never really buy an iPad. I felt that it's kind of useless since I've got a laptop or I've got a phone. Obviously a smaller screen, this is a bigger screen. So what I've got this is from work. It's for my work demos and things like that, and you know, taking it to clients and whatnot. But I have taken it at home a few times and I've realized I really do use it for just more than work. I browse the web, I browse Facebook sometimes, and I even watch a bit of YouTube in the evening. That is what this has become. But before I had this in my hands for free, basically, I didn't think I needed it. I could do everything I wanted to on my smartphone. This feels like a little bit of a book. It's like a Kindle almost. And look, I know it's the same sort of type thing, but it feels to me like this is useful for just browsing, looking, and watching a video when you've got your downtime, but not to get any work done. They tout the Pro as something of a workhorse. Completely disagree. It's not something you're gonna be typing up multiple letters. It's not something you're gonna be doing a lot of work on. Personally, unless you're gonna buy that keyboard attachment, and it just becomes a small laptop where you can just get a MacBook 11-inch Air, which is pretty much the same size, much more powerful, longer battery life, and apps. You've got all the apps you'd have on a normal Mac on a MacBook Air 11-inch. So how does this really fit into a family life? Well, I know the kids love it because it's a game, it's large, it's easy to hold with, smaller hands. It's heavy in the sense that you're not going to go dropping a little phone around. It is also entertaining. There's plenty of games on their iOS store and things like that, but that's really where it stops. This is a luxury item. It's not something you need unless it's for a specific use, like for my company where, I'm demoing an app. It's not anything I would recommend to buy as a use for or a replacement for a laptop. Not at all. It is a toy. I think this is a toy unless it's a specific use case. At work, on construction sites, it's great for viewing plans or annotating on top of them, but at home, you're just browsing Facebook or watching YouTube, which you could very well do on your smart TV, or you could very well do on your phone or little laptop or notebook. This, I think, is a product that is for people who can afford it or give it as a gift. I think that's probably the most important thing. Gift giving of something like this. It's a luxury item that's a gift and it feels like it's a lot, but you don't end up really using it for much. So guys, thank you for watching my thoughts about this iPad thing. The final thing I want to mention before I go is that the quality of this is, you've got some alloy on the back, but I was really shocked that this is plastic. But in saying that, if you are giving it to your kids, I hope they're older and you're not giving them the 5 to shut them up, but if you are using it with your kids and they drop it, plastic, well, it's probably easier to replace and repair and probably might not break as quickly. Now, this is around $500. Is it worth it? It's a big screen, it's a big iPhone, really. That's up to you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in another video. I never really thought I'd be reviewing so many Apple products, but I just got my hands on it. I couldn't wait to really talk about after using it for a month. Look, I have enjoyed it, but it does sit on my desk and do nothing. Even at home, I'd rather grab my laptop because it's much easier to navigate with the mouse pad. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll say that again. Catch you in another video. Subscribe, give us a like if you like this video, comment below. If you disagree, let me know if this iPad, this device is your most useful tool in your home, work, or anything like that. I use it for work. I do enjoy it for work. It's useful for work, but don't think it's something for families at home. I just don't think so. Thank you very much. I'll catch you next time.